So I was very intently watching this climate change conference because my album was being launched over there. Every world leader went up on stage and gave like a 10-minute or a 15-minute presentation. And one world leader who absolutely stood out was President Anote Tong of the island nation of Kiribati, the Republic of Kiribati. So President Anote Tong, he gave a speech which was all of just 30 seconds long. He just went up on stage and he said, all you 195 countries present here, please pass a resolution that ensures that my people of Kiribati stay above the water. Now that was a very powerful statement and it quite shook me, and I had not even heard of this country, the Republic of Kiribati. So I studied about Kiribati and I realized that Kiribati is a country right in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It's said to be in the South Pacific, 21 inhabited islands, and it is predicted that they're going to be the first country in the world that's going to go completely underwater, which means during our lifetime, the tallest point in any of the islands is going to completely submerge, which also means that we're going to have to redo our maps and our globes, because the part where Kiribati is, we're just going to have to paint in blue because they're just going to disappear. So I had to see things for myself. I went to Kiribati, spent a few weeks over there, spent a lot of time with their 3-term president, Anote Tong. Also fell in love with their culture, fell in love with their tradition, their musical forms. And I realized that this is a country that lives within nature. This is a country that does not take more than they can give back from nature. It is an environmentally conscious society. But with all of our nations, developing nations and developed nations, if we could build domes around our borders and keep our carbon emission and pollution within our own borders, then countries like Kiribati have nothing to worry about. But then the problem is that, as we all know, it's one atmosphere, our carbon emissions and pollution becomes everybody's carbon emission and pollution. And because of this, global temperatures rise, ocean levels rise, we all know the drill. And since they are low-lying atoll islands, they are suffering the consequences of our actions for no fault of their own, because they are not responsible for climate change. So we made a song with the folks at Kiribati. So this is the song that we're going to present to you. It's a song called Vishwa. Through this song, you will also hear their 3-term ex-president Anote Tong speaking to us through the big screen behind me. This is our next song dedicated to Kiribati. It's called Vishwa.
The science is very clear about climate change. Within the century, our entire nation will be underwater. As in some countries, you have a cyclone, a hurricane. Over time, the land remains there, the water recedes. In our case, it does not. It's a disaster that doesn't go away. Our reality is that we have communities who already have to relocate. They've left their villages. We have communities which are on the verge of doing the same thing. And so, for us, climate change is not something that's likely to happen in the future. It is happening. We are facing it.
कदे अपने आप नूं पढ़िया ना भज भज बड़न मंदिर मसीती कदे मन अंदर तू बड़िया ना है बेरोज शैतान न लड़ने वे जेड़ा नब्ज़ अपनी नल लड़ियाना बुल्ले शाह आसमानी उड़निया पढ़ो
So all those Kiribati children that you saw on the big screen behind me, if you only think about it, these children will not have the opportunity to grow up in their own country. Because very soon they're going to become refugees of a new kind, and that is known as climate refugees. So we may or may not be able to do much about Kiribati's future because, as they say, the truck has left the building. But at the same time, we can use Kiribati as a very, very strong example to showcase that climate change is not some fake phenomenon that may or may not happen in the future. Climate change is absolutely real, climate change is human-induced, and our actions sitting down over here can actually have disastrous consequences on people on the other side of the world, which is what our culture speaks about. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world is one family, and we need to care about the world as one family. Now, speaking about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, I'm really, really proud to call myself an Indian, simply because we in India, we've lived in coexistence with our forests and wildlife for the longest period of time. In fact, we pray to our forests, we pray to our wildlife, and sort of symbolic of this prayer and this love that we have for our forests and wildlife is one particular animal, and that animal is the elephant. Who over here loves the elephant? Come on, show of hands. Yeah, everybody except for the people taking pictures. So